Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm Spiro Maricas, your host, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And coach, the Tigers coming off a big victory on Monday evening against the University of Delaware. Hard-fought game, two very good teams. And I know you were proud of your guys coming down the stretch.
No, I'm definitely proud. I mean, we'll have another tough game with them again. And I think about some of the teams we've played. They're right there with any of them. I'm going to say quite like San Francisco, but we played some other really good teams that are going to be factors in their league, and that's a heck of a ball club. They've got they're well coached, they've got talent, they've got size, they've got skill, intelligence. They'll certainly they test especially your defense in a lot of different ways, Spiro, because of the weapons they have.
Yeah, I mean, you look at guys like Kevin Anderson and Ryan Allen, they've been there forever for those guys. And then you add in others that have joined recently, like Painter. And I mean, they can beat you down low. They can beat you outside. They're just a well-rounded basketball team.
Well, I'm hoping that Martin and those guys would allow us to win on Thursday, and then we'd never have to see them again. And we could give them like senior parting gifts on the way out the door. That would be utopia.
Well, the thing is about that game is you built up a double-digit lead in the second half, but you knew Delaware wasn't going to go away, and they didn't. They actually came back, took the lead, but then you guys came roaring back at the end, and great performances. Cam Holden played another great game. Charles Thompson has really become a force on the offensive end.
Yeah, Charlie works at it. I'm proud of the guys. We've got good players. What you're seeing is the CAA is back to where it's been after last year, which was just a bizarre year. There's a lot of good teams, and we've talked about this before. Our guys have a very keen understanding that if you don't play pretty close to 40 minutes of good basketball, you can get beat. We saw that against a good Wilmington team. We didn't play bad. We led most of the game, but had like a bad stretch. It's just hard to do that. We had a good run against Delaware, and then. I wouldn't say it was us. I mean, we're trying to do some things, but the other team is good and they're prepared. It's not easy to stop these teams for 40 minutes. They got good players.
Well, and now comes this week where for the first time you're playing teams for the second time. You'll play the Blue Hens tonight at CQ, and then you will play or Thursday night, and then you will play the Dragons of Drexel on Saturday afternoon at CQ. A team that your team is going to be looking for revenge. First of all, Delaware, you're playing them back-to-back. How does that affect your scouting in any way, or as opposed to if you played them 3 weeks from now?
No, it's like anything. We look at what we did well on both sides of the ball and kind of what we game planned for, and did that work? And are there any subtle changes that we can make? Like I said, I feel like we have a good game plan against Delaware. The problem is they execute well and they're good. So it's like you can still have a good game plan and it's still hard to always execute it because the other team's got good players.
Then Drexel, you lost a tough one up in Philadelphia back on January the 3rd. It was the game where actually Cam Holden got hurt but continued playing in that game. He's been wearing a mask since. Cam Winter and James Butler, one of the best duos in the league. Again, inside, outside. What do you have to do differently this time against the Dragons as opposed to what happened up in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, Winter's
free throws and 3-point baskets.
Yeah, we didn't perform well. I mean, Cam Winter's a terrific player. They're a very potent offensive team with a good balance of perimeter play and throwing it inside. We got to execute better. But our defense let us down, especially in the second half. We shot the ball poorly from both three and the foul line, and we were out of sorts. On the road against a good ball club. So we just have to execute a lot better. Hopefully, our guys are keenly aware of what happened up there, and hard game Thursday night. I use one of my cliches. That'll be the Super Bowl. We'll try everything we can, and then we'll reset for Saturday with one of these quick CAA turnarounds.
All right, well, we hope everybody can get out to CQ Thursday and Saturday this week. Now, yesterday, the CAA made some news, adding 3 teams, Monmouth, Stony Brook, and Hampton. You're familiar with Monmouth because you played them just about 2 months ago. They're a fine addition, Stony Brook and Hampton. How do you see this as far as the league is concerned?
Yeah, I think they're great additions to our league. I mean, I have, great confidence in our commissioner, Joey D, and his staff, and, talking during this. And President Schatzel has been very good during this as far as being active and, with the conference and the expansion, what makes sense for us. So, our athletic administration has done a good job with it too. I know Dan's been on those calls, so they're going to do what's best to put our great university in a position to continue to ascend, which we know we can. And you and I also know that, as do the people that matter here, that the basketball and the sport of basketball is a great centerpiece for that in this conference expansion.
Do you think, and I don't know that you've been privy to anything, are they going to split into divisions? Are they not going to split into divisions? Does that still have to be determined?
Yeah, I've been told, because I've been pressing, because we're supposed to have return games at both Hampton and Monmouth. So that affects our non-conference schedule. So we're hoping for some word on that soon. I don't believe there'll be less than 18 conference games, but does that mean we play 20 or 22? And are we done with expansion? I don't know that, and like I said, we've got really good leadership here, so I don't worry about that much. And I've also learned a long time ago to one of my mentors, Jamie Dixon. He was in New Zealand recruiting NBA players, Steve Adams, who went to Pitt, when he got the phone call that Pitt was joining the ACC. So I try not to waste a lot of time on that, because I trust the powers that be that will figure out what's best for us.
Well, hopefully if there's expansion, you'll be in some exotic place finding out the news.
You know what? A great exotic place would be right here in Towson, Maryland, with the championship and having some crab cake. That would be a heck of an exotic place.
All right, Coach. We appreciate your time, and we will talk again next week.
Go Tigers.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. Thanks for tuning in.